Happy Thursday everyone, Melvin here, and we're on the ground in Boston. It's the Boston Regional Circuit monthly event that they host, and we're taking the United Airlines DC-3 today from Boston Logan down to Albany. Now we're just going to get things set up here. We've got our route, our clearance essentially, and we'll check in with delivery and get things going here in just a couple of minutes. Just a couple, I guess, be forewarned. Not everything in this particular aircraft is quite back to where it once was. And in particular, the sounds are not quite all back. Everything else though is working pretty well, so just a little heads up, I guess. No big deal. But here's our route today. Whoa, hey, hello. We're here in Boston. We're going to be Logan to departure down to I think we catch the Victor 270. If I'm not mistaken. Yep, down here to Glide, then over to basically Chester, and then up to Albany. And yeah, should be a pretty straightforward flight. If you've never done one of these before, they're kind of fun. They just they pick a different airport essentially every month to highlight, and they have kind of some unique approaches based on historical weather or terrain or other traffic, and so they just try to pick something to challenge you each month. And in this case, it's kind of a combination of weather and the approach. It's an ILS approach, but it's one where you have to back course and make a procedure turn, and so it'll be a really good and fun approach for us. Speaking of weather, right now we have overcast 900, and so fairly low ceilings. Winds aren't too bad. They're 180 at 8. We are departing according to ATIS information. What do we have here? ATIS information Tango. Looks like we're departing runway 9er. So we will I'll sort that out. We'll let ground and delivery make adjustments if we need to. But yeah, if you've never flown this aircraft, by the way, I like to feature it. It's a freeware, completely free aircraft, and I'm a big fan of really high quality free stuff, as you well know. And it does have a kind of a nice checklist. So we're going to go ahead and walk through that. Normally I don't do this, but I realize that there's not really a recent one of these, so there might be some people out there that are looking to pick this up. And anyway, we are going to go ahead and just go through the checklist. So we have a recent one out there for people to take a look at. So we're going to set the parking brake to begin with. There's one of the sounds that we don't have, unfortunately. The doors are closed. The battery is going to be on here. Don't worry about the external power. That's not simulated. Here are also some more things that normally you'd be hearing the generators turn on, the battery turn on, all that good stuff. Beacons coming on. The nav lights, we'll turn those on. Cabin signs, we can go ahead, turn on the no smoking, fasten seat belts. And the ignition master, we'll go ahead and push that guy in. We will check the fuel quantity. Let's see if I have a camera angle set up for that. Kind of sort of down here, fuel quantity. So left main, yeah, we're plenty to get to Albany. Right, our left auxiliary is full if we need it. Right auxiliary is full. Right main, we've been flying a little bit, so we're about half a tank still, which again should be plenty, but if not, we've got full auxiliary tanks as well. So that's checked. Fuel selector, we're going to go ahead and turn this guy over to left main if we can. Again, those are sounds that we should have that we don't just yet, but we can live with that. And this guy needs to come over to right main, and I think that's right there. Yep, up straight up. You can't really see that, but trust me, that's where we're at. Trim, there's the big trim wheel. We'll just spin that guy back to where it's at 0. Okay, right about there. Cowl flaps are going to be open. Let's see if I can get those guys to open up. I'm not sure if that's open or closed. Let's take a closer look. That's closed, so I need to spin it around the other way. Open and open. Alright, throttle is going to be just a crack. Yeah, right there. Throttle, by the way, is in the middle on this bird. The propeller lever is the closest one, and the mixture is the farthest. So that's kind of a little bit different here. But and so we'll take that prop control and push it full forward. I don't quite have that guy calibrated yet, so we'll double click it here. Actually, we'll just move it forward with our mouse. If it's not quite fully forward, it's still okay. And then our flight controls, I have, by the way, I've gotten rid of, if you want to get rid of your flight yoke, you just push this little red button over here below your cutie, and that gets rid of that. But you know, we'll go full right, full left, fully forward, full reverse, and then looking at the rudder pedals, those appear to be working just fine. So there's our pre-start checklist complete, and now we're ready to start engine 1. So again, when I normally have this, you'll hear the fuel pump come on. We will engage the starter, and you have to actually count 15 blades. That gets the oil flowing through the engine. When you are happy with that, you will spin your magneto there. You'll bring your mixture up fully rich, and you'll hold your primer down. Now hopefully this will be able to hear that. Wait a second. There we go. Alright, she's coming alive. May have had my sound muted right there, guys. Sorry about that. But engine sounds are fantastic still, even though I don't have all the button click sounds configured just yet. So that does sound really, really good. We're here, Bravo 14, and one of the other things I don't have configured just yet is I don't have the SO jetways there at Boston. They're not working too well for me. But that's okay. So we'll let that engine warm up for just a second, and just kind of taking a look at making sure that all of our pressures and everything look good. There's also an Ernie who's a co-pilot that will tell you, hey, that engine's warmed up and ready to go, but usually a couple of minutes and we're in pretty good shape. We won't get that call out today, so we'll go ahead and just jump over here to engine number 1. So same process. We'll start the fuel pump. We will click engage on the starter, take a peek here, and we'll count those blades. 11, 8, we're going to assume 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. That's pretty close. We will engage the magnetos, pull the mixture up to auto rich. Oh, I had that a little too far with the last one. Still works though. And primer. Just hold that down, and there she comes. You can hear it firing up. Slowly but surely. A little puff of black smoke there, and maybe not. Maybe it's too late for that, but alright, engines are started. Once the engines are going and stable, you can turn the fuel pumps off. We won't need those again till takeoff. And I think we actually have before taxi that we need to take care of here. We need to turn the radio master and inverters on so that we can talk to ATC. And we've already been in contact with delivery. Everything else, by the way, is on. The magnetos are both on. Fuel pumps we turned off. The tail wheel is unlocked. The tail wheel lock is, by the way, is down here by the brake. So that guy is all you need to do to lock the tail wheel. Don't need to lock the tail wheel until you're on the runway ready to go, because as you know, or may not know, but this plane is controlled with differential braking. Our mixture is auto rich. That's, you can see that little mark right there. And our chocks, yeah, we didn't put those on, so we're okay for now. We're going to close that. What do we have? Shift 5, I guess. And let's talk to delivery here quickly and just make sure we're okay. Yeah, just jumped in over the top of somebody. Not good. Boston Delivery, United 627, just checking on our clearance to Albany.
Hey, United 627, I did send that to you. Want me to send it again, sir?
Well, I was just going to make sure that was our official clearance. No, we do have that PDC from you, so we are ready for push and start.
And United 627, apologies, sir, I got to give you a verbal on that. I shouldn't have sent you a PDC. That's my fault. Let me know when you're ready to copy.
Okay, ready to copy, United 627.
Hey, United 627, you are cleared to the Albany Airport via Logan 2 departure radar vector glide that is filed. Maintain 3,000, expect 8,010 minutes after departure. Departure 133.0, walk 1312.
Cleared Albany, Logan 2 departure, radar vectors glide then as follows. We'll maintain 3,000, expect 8,000, departure frequency 33 nothing, and squawk 1312, United 627.
And United 67, read back is correct information. Tango is current. I need you to reset your transponder 1312 mode Charlie for me, and you can advise me when you're ready to push.
Okay, we'll reset our transponder and we'll call you for push, United 627. Yeah, forgot I actually had flown a route here right beforehand, so the transponder is right down here. And
I'm sorry, aircraft calling Boston clearance delivery, you are unreadable.
13.
Well, there's American 220, we got 13, like actually
1312, so 1312.
And American 220, we were supposed to call for pushback, sir. Not an issue. I have you as receive only. Are you full voice tonight?
A basic autopilot, but it works.
Roger, stand by
well
1
enough.
second, be right back.
And here's what we're going to do. So we need to be, we're slant alpha, so we're flying BORs today. BORs and airways and all that good stuff. So we're gonna track Boston 112.7 outbound here on a 276.
In American 220, Boston clearance delivery, do you have information Tango, sir?
To glide. Once we get to glide, then we are going to actually track Chester 115.
Roger that. You can monitor ground 121.90 for taxi. And just be advised next time when you're in that location, just call for pushback first, sir. Not a problem.
Good evening.
20, you're broken up again, sir.
Alright, so 112.7. Come down here into nav1, fully functioning nav radios here, which is really cool.
In American 220, if you can hear Boston clearance delivery, just monitor ground 121.90. It'll call you.
So we'll put that into nav1. We'll also put that into nav2 just so that we can have a backup just in case.
Southwest 1850, do require.
1270, and again we are going to fly out of here at 8276. Actually, hold
At Southwest 1850, you can monitor ground 121.90 for pushback and engine starts, and you have information Tango, sir?
We need to check the Logan to departure.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I said it to you. Let me try this again, sir. Stand by.
So we are heading out on runway 9, so our initial
I just sent it. Let me know if you
heading
received it.
here is 092.
Yep, we got it. Alright, I'll call you back for push.
Yeah.
I guess if we're going to
1850,
be
my apologies, sir.
vectored,
No
well, I
problem.
don't know, honestly, if we're going to be vectored
Just wanna make
to
sure.
the north or to the south of the airport, but we will find that out.
Sir, good day.
Boston,
Delivery
so
to the Delta
we
680
will set
with
these,
information
those
time ready for departure clearance to New York Center Kennedy.
It's going to be our initial heading, and then our VOR heading is going to be 276.
FedEx 3171, the Boston clearance delivery. Sir, I sent you a PDC. Would you like me to send it again?
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, get airborne. That should
I'm not
become active. We're going to go ahead and slide.
Okay, one at a time. 3171, did you receive the clearance?
It's a 36 nautical mile first leg, so we'll keep track of both.
I did. I just didn't respond back yet. I didn't feel it was needed since I was in receipt of your BDC FedEx 3171.
Since we've entered it into both of the.
Okay,
we'll put it down there as well. So, all right.
Are you ready for pushback now, sir? Is that what you're
Transponder
ready
is
for?
set. All of our frequencies.
I
are
haven't
set.
come across the radio. This is the first time I've come across the radio. FedEx 3171.
We're gonna have to call for push because
My apologies, sir. Break aircraft calling clearance delivery. Say call sign again, please.
We are expecting a fairly short and sweet. We're gonna go ahead and get our push. United 627 ready for push.
Aircraft, I just called you broken up. I got half your transmission. I just heard ready for push. I didn't hear the call sign.
Oh yes, sir. United 627 ready for push.
Hi, United 627. Thank you, sir. You can monitor ground 121.90 for push. Have a good flight.
All right, over to ground. Thanks for the help. We'll see you next time. United 627. Ground 121 decimal niner.
Boston.
Let's see how busy ground is here. Not too bad.
United 627, Boston ground, push approved.
Push approved, United 627. Alright, so really truly in the real world you would not be pushing. And honestly, we
American 220, Boston ground.
don't really need to push, we just need to
American 220.
slide things around.
How much longer until you're ready to taxi?
And
Take our
American
brake off,
220 will be moving.
throttle up, differential brake and turn to the right. And we're going to try to miss all the
FedEx 1850, Boston ground, push approved.
Push approved.
I'm just going to get turned around so that we can be ready for taxi. And that's pretty close right there, I think. Honestly, we're looking at, I think, runway 9er, we're over in this area somewhere. So I think we're probably just going to be Echo, cross 4 left to Mike over to runway 9er. We'll see how close we are. And United 627 ready for taxi. I should have told them that.
United 627, runway 4 left at Charlie. Actually, no, we'll give you the 4 left. 4 left at Echo, taxi via Echo. Just give way to an American left right on Bravo.
Alright, 4 left at Echo, we'll taxi via Echo and give way to the United at Bravo. United 627. Now there's something else.
This is actually an American at Bravo, but he'll be down before you get there. Break American 220, monitor Boston Tower, 1.8 long.
That's something else I don't have set up right now. I don't have the
128 our
traffic modeled, so you'll see a lot of like that aircraft. A lot of blank liveries. Everything looks like a CRJ. Still trying to get all that stuff set up here. But we're good enough to fly. Yeah, see, there's another blank CRJ. There's the traffic I need to give way to.
Yeah, 627, monitor Boston Tower 128.8.
Monitor Tower 128.8, United 627. Alright, let's do that. 128.80. Let's stop here just so we make sure we don't get where we're not supposed to be. 28.80. Don't need to make a call. He just said to monitor, and we're straight ahead. Actually, because he gave us clearance for 4 left at Echo. We just need to make sure we let this guy here have the next departure. So
United 627 Boston Tower, only 4 left at Echo, clear for takeoff after departure, turn left heading 36.
Clear for takeoff, 4 left, and after departure, turn left heading 360, United 627. Alright, that guy must be going to a different...
American 220 Heavy, runway 9er, clear for takeoff, 1060 at 5.
So,
American 6.
dead north. That'll be
American 220 affirmative, runway 9er, clear for takeoff.
Runway 9, take American 220.
Alright, I just bumped my mixture throttle. I'm going to get lined up here and make sure we're ready to go, and then get that guy plugged back in. Yep, we're on auto lean. We should be on auto rich for takeoff. We can pull up the for takeoff. Prop control is, well, we can't quite get it to stay on high RPM, but that's pretty good. Trim is set. Flaps are, actually we're going to do 1/4. That flap indicator is over here. Cowl flaps are on trail. I can't quite get it to where it's on trail, but it's about halfway or so. I won't check that out, but that's pretty close. Landing lights are going to come on. The pitot heat, we shouldn't need it, but you know what? We're out here, you never know. We're going to turn it on. Fuel pumps, yep, got to have the boost pumps back on here. And then tail wheel is going to be locked. And the nice thing about, whoops, don't need that, do need this, okay, is once you get to about 50 knots, it's no longer differential braking that controls your aircraft. It is the rudder. Once you get airflow over the rudder, it's a big old rudder, so there we go. We have control with our rudder pedals now. And looking for about 100 knots. I think 90 something is the official rotation speed. Tail's coming up. 80 knots. Cross-checked.
American 220 Heavy, contact departure.
We are
American 220 Heavy, contact departure.
airborne. A little bit of rain on the runway. They must have had a little rain shower here before we took off. Positive rate. We will bring the gear up. We need to turn left heading 300. We're going to climb out of here.
United 627, contact departure.
Over to departure. We'll see you, United 627. 400 feet. Bring the flaps up. And 3300 here. For our departure frequency. Alright, localizer is not alive yet, but that's okay. Oh, we blew right past our... Ah, shoot. Let's get ourselves back on that 360 heading. Climbing a little too steep as well. Anywhere between 500 and 1,000 is usually pretty good. We're going to pull back power just slightly. ourselves to 360, and then we'll contact departure. We're not a very fast-moving bird, so you know, we can afford a minute or two of radio silence. There we go. All right. The Boston departure, United 627, climbing 1,400.
United 627, Boston departure, good evening. Radar contact, maintain 8,000.
Climb and maintain 8,000, United 627. Alright, we will dial that up. We are getting into the soup just a little bit. So let me show you this, like I say, this autopilot.
United 627, you can turn left direct to lock on course.
Left turn, and you broke up on the waypoint there for United 627.
United 627, turn left direct glide on course.
Okay. Thanks for the confirmation. Left turn direct glide, United 627. Alright, so 267 is the outbound course.
5,500.
1270. I don't know why we're not home. Jeez.
Number 35 Papa Lima, Boston approach, good evening. Boston altimeter 3009er.
We did have the DME working, well that's good. So
Altimeter 3009er.
we're going to chase that DME out to 36 nautical miles.
Approach, Bonanza 17 Alpha
We will
7,000.
see how close
Bonanza
we are
1
on the
Mike
outbound.
Alpha Boston approach. Hello, information Tango's current
Monitoring.
expect vectors for the visual approach runway 4 left, the Boston
Our
altimeter
speed,
3009er.
RPMs and manifold pressure.
3009er, we have Tango, expect the visual
Our
4 left, 171 Mike
temperatures and
Alpha.
pressures. Everything is looking good at this point in time. We have spun all the way around to 267. We're still a little right of course. We're going to go ahead, clear direct to the waypoint here. We really want to get ourselves on that outbound radio, so we want to get this needle lined up.
Skylane 618 Bravo,
So we're
Boston
actually gonna turn
approach. Good evening.
past
Information Tango is current expect vectors for the visual approach runway 4 left, the Boston altimeter 3009er.
North, we're kind of heading up this way.
3009er,
Back
grab
around,
Tango,
and if we had just 267, we're going to be north of our course. So we need to turn and come down here until we intercept this outbound radio, and then we can follow it.
American 220 Boston departure
Glide.
34.7. Good night.
Hopefully this needle will start to work its way back through.
American 220 Boston center 134.7. Good night.
We do have both of them set.
134
Say they're tuned into the same
Thank you, Marty.
VOR. This is Boston. We're flying away, which is good. That's what you see there. It says we're coming from that VOR.
Boston approach, November 135 Alpha, VFR request.
Don't see it moving a whole heck of a lot just yet.
Number 135 Papa Lima, Boston.
November 135 Papa Lima, request entry into
Fly a
Boston
little further
Cross
to
Bravo
the south,
airspace,
240.
currently 5,500.
Kind of a southwesterly
Air
head.
135 Papa Lima, you're clear to the Boston Cross Bravo airspace, maintain VFR 3000, and fly heading 170.
Flying 170, 17 VFR 3000, November 135 Papa Lima.
That's kind of what we've got going today. Some of my chat messages going out here. Some of the guys I like to follow. Guys and gals, Meg's in there.
Dragon 1, turn right
here's
heading
where we're at.
170, final,
And
descend and maintain 6,000.
There's us.
170,
627. Our route is kind of takes us down here and then up this way, kind of where this guy's going. Beach, the Baron, Cristobal Catlin. So we're coming down to hopefully intercept that radio. You can see already some pretty good traffic. 19 departures, 14 arrivals. Not bad for a Thursday. Albany here, 11 arrivals. Sometimes we pick up some pretty good traffic down at the New York airspace as well. Fun night to fly. If you've never done one of these that are just kind of almost, I think, just right for people that are just trying to get used to BAT-SIM and ATC, and you get plenty of action, but it's not like a Friday night ops where it's just non-stop, bang, 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 and you have to be completely and totally on your toes. When you want to be on your toes, you want to be listening for your call sign. But as you can see, there's some spots where the ATC is not continually rolling out information. Now when we get to center, it's going to be a little bit busier because center is going to be controlling not only the airspace between the two airports, but people coming in from the north.
From the first Southwest 1850, 2,200 coming via.
And
Southwest 1850, Austin departure data radar contact, I'm going to maintain 4,000.
Cleveland Center online to the east.
4,000, good evening,
Atlanta,
1850.
we'll pick up some people, I'm sure, from Atlanta.
Number 5 Papa Lima, turn heading 150.
Heading 150, November 135 up.
Don't forget this Saturday, speaking of Atlanta Real Ops going on. 2200 Zulu to 0300 Zulu. It's a BAT USA, one of BAT USA's busiest airports. I also think it's in real life one of the busiest in
Dragon 1 traffic,
at least the
10
United
to
States.
11 o'clock, 10 miles, westbound DC, coming down at 4,600 for 8,000.
Dragon 1, no visibility, cloud.
United 627, stop your climb at 5,000.
Alright, let's stop our climb here, 5,000. A little bit of traffic.
Hey, Dragon 1, still maintain 3,000.
3,000, Dragon 1.
United 627, turn left heading 15, correction, turn left heading 210 for now, climb to make.
Left turn 210, and you broke up on the last part, 627.
United 627, climb maintain 8,000, traffic 1 o'clock, and 7 miles southbound, Cessna 182, descending at a 5,700.
Okay, we're looking for the traffic, United 627. Two of the slowest moving planes in the sky right now. I think we should probably be okay. We got to get ourselves up though. Give ourselves a little bit more manifold pressure.
171 Mike Alpha, turn right heading 0 back final. They're going to maintain 6,000.
I'm not seeing anybody.
Seeing that heading for 171 Mike Alpha.
0.
Right, 180 to maintain 6,000, 171 Mike
You
Alpha.
can see that cloud layer there if he's down just a little
Southwest
further.
1850, Boston Center 134.7. Good night.
There's a cedar English.
34.7,
You
1852.
see a top of a building poking out there. Yeah, no idea. See, now we're through our...
Dragon 1, turn left heading 40. Just going to maintain 2,000.
See, we're through our...
Dragon 1, take it.
Victor Airway.
Dragon
now.
1, turn left heading 140. Just
270.
going to maintain 2,000.
Intercepted it and actually went past.
140, 2,000,
To
Dragon 1.
pick that back up.
Dragon 1, that DC-3 is now at your 11 o'clock at 5 miles southbound.
1 o'clock, so he should be
IMC
right
Dragon
out
1.
there. Yep, if he's IMC,
The
he's down,
departure west 185.
he's down in the suit there, so we should be...
West wind 180, Weston departure. Hello, radar
Above him right now.
contact,
We're on
climb and maintain
5,700.
4,000.
18,000,
Unit 627, thanks for your patience. You can turn right direct glide now.
Right turn direct glide, United 627. Alright, so if we're direct glide, now we don't have to worry about the excuse me. We don't have to worry about the airway, we just have to tune it directly in so we can pick whatever radio works. And right there, about 265 or so.
Number 5 o'clock,
Spin our
6
heading
miles.
around.
Same direction, Sky Lane, Cessna 182, descending on 4,600 to 3,000.
About 260, 263.
Lima, we have the traffic.
Alright, so we'll keep our eyes on that. We're on our way
5
up.
Papa Lima, maintain visual separation from the traffic. You will be following that traffic in.
Let's see if this matches down here. Sometimes your radios are a little bit out of sync. Yeah, so that one's kind of saying like more
Number 5 Papa Lima,
like
taken.
261. This is more like a 263.
Lower
We'll split the difference there.
Number 5 Papa Lima, descend to maintain
Pretty
VFR
close.
2000.
15 miles out. 15 miles away from Boston. It's a 37 mile
Number 1 Mike Alpha, descend to maintain
37 mile
4000.
leg here. So we've done this.
So maintain 4,001 Mike Alpha.
We turned, we intercepted, we went past, and now we're just kind of direct.
Number 1, correction, Skyline 18 Bravo,
But
turn right heading
if we get to
180.
glide,
There's final, descend to
what we
maintain
need to do is we
4000.
need to tune in
180 down to 4,001 Bravo.
VOR 115.10, and we're going to head.
Dragon 1 requesting ILS
It's a
4 right.
104. This is the outbound.
Dragon 1,
so
expect the vector's ILS from a full right approach.
that.
Maintain 4000, turn right heading 180, vector's final.
actually, this is
180
a little
4,000.
bit of
Expecting vector
almost
for
a
ILS 4
turn
right.
here at Speno.
Number 5 Papa Lima, you will no
It's
longer be
gonna be
following that
pretty close.
traffic, you'll be going for the parallel.
Yeah, it's 109 coming in there. It's 104 there.
Or you'll
so
just disconnect from the network.
Agent has
Okay.
hit crash, sorry.
And
Figure
it's
that out.
627, contact Boston Center 134.7, good night.
Over to Boss Center for United 627. Have a good night. Alright, 3470. He should be a little busier, I would think. Maybe not. United 627 climbing 7,100. Good evening.
United 627 Boston Center, Ryder Bradley at 3010.
3010, thanks, 627. Alright, passing over Bradley, 3010. Let's adjust that. That's quite a.
Is anyone that Bravo, 30,000?
010 helps our climb though.
Whenever all your VFR altitude is at your discretion.
Kicks us up to 7,000, almost 8,000 already, so that's pretty cool.
Radio check.
Alright, we're staying online here, both radios, so that's a good thing. 20 miles out again. It's a 37 mile route. Okay, so kind of back to what we were looking at here. So we're gonna have to do just a little bit of. It's not a straight shot that Victor Airway has. Sometimes Victor Airways do. They have a little bit of a bend here at Speno. So what we're gonna do is we're going to head out on the reciprocal of the 109 radial from Speno.
Southwest 1850, clear to Chester, Charles
15
Tango Romeo.
miles. Then
So for 1850.
pick up
Affirmative,
the
direct
Chester VOR and we'll track it
For Chester, 1830,
inbound
thanks.
on the reciprocal of the 104.
Yeah, 627, looks like you're a little bit off course. Do you need a vector?
And that's a 36 mile leg. So yeah, shouldn't be too hard. We'll have to pay attention to that here.
Negative. United 627 Boston Center.
Go ahead for 627.
Yeah, 627, looks like you're a little bit off course here. So let's do this. Turn right heading 290 and when able, direct to Chester, Tango Romeo.
Okay, yeah, we had to be vectored for traffic when we were just west of the airfield, but we'll turn 290 and then direct Chester for United 627. Thanks. Missed my call there.
Okay, gotcha, thank you.
Then 7 West
That
185
changes
is
things.
looking 14,000.
But we were getting a little too
What's
far
185
south.
Boston Center, gating
All right,
climb
so what we
maintain
can
flow
do then, this,
200.
this makes it a lot easier because then we don't, again, we're not worried about the Victor Airway. But we'll tune in Chester, 115.1.
United 4925, expect ILS 83 at Burlington. A little bit early, but just for planning purposes.
Alright, thank you so much. ILS 33
1510,
has
that's coming into
4925.
play here. We're a little too far away, that might be the case.
Air 481 Alpha Bravo, contact Albany approach
Not that
132.82.
far away. I don't know why that's not tuning in for us here.
Okay, we're the Army of Coast Guard, 3.82.
And that's what we have in there.
Western 185 clear to Chester, the Tango Romeo.
We don't have it on
Chester.
actually.
Charlie Tango Romeo, West 185.
Okay. Well, that's interesting. Well, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna see if there's a different VOR we can tune. We've got one. Get this done here, then I'll show you. We've got one here at Gardner, 11060. We're gonna tune this guy in down here, 11060. With any luck, that'll help us with our positioning a little bit. Alright, there's 11060, and it points, 263 points it direct to Gardner, so we're not super worried about that per se, although we're kind of close to that. 263. What we're interested in is that right there. Distance between Gardner and Chester, where we're heading, is 42 nautical miles. So we're going to watch that count up, and when it gets to 42, we know we're going to be getting close to where we should be. And with any luck, Chester VOR is going to become active. There we go. All right, so there's Chester VOR. All right, breathe a little bit of a sigh of relief. So we're a little left, of course.
Air Canada 700, cross Cypher at level 180.
What heading we need to fly right there.
Cypher at 180.
Air Canada 700. A VOR. We're going to fly about, looks like about a 289 course. Sweet. We'll leave that in just for curiosity. And again, we will track that. It's not bad to have a secondary position check. Let me show you what I was doing here. So, yeah, so we're somewhere
Figure 183, what is your Mach number?
And we were not picking up that VOR just yet, so we tuned in this one.
Seabird 183, Mach decimal
tuned in this one as well. I didn't see it there.
183 for space and Kennedy, maintain Mach 0.82 or less.
No, that was what we did too.
0.82 or less, Seabird 183.
That's the 110.6. We saw that this leg here is 42 nautical miles, so it doesn't give us a fantastic...
Actually, Seabird 183, make it Mach 0.80 or less.
You know, in terms of direction, but it at
0.80
least
or
tells
less.
us we're getting close to where we're supposed to be. And, you know, if worst came to worst, we could then, at that point, when we're in the neighborhood here, we could tune in.
Commuter 221, contact Boston approach 1330. Have a good night.
Find our way home. Sometimes, as I've been told, the VORs in the real world, sometimes they're not active. I mean, they're becoming fewer and fewer, but they used to just not be broadcasting. They would have mechanical issues.
Yeah, 4925, descend maintain hold 290.
Sometimes they just wouldn't.
1229
Be working, so you had to have a way to kind of triangulate your position a little bit. It was a good thing if you could.
American 220, amend your altitude, maintain hold 280 for now.
Maintain flight level 280 for American 220.
Yeah, 4925, vectors for your descent, turn heading 050.
I got so busy with Dodge and traffic, I forgot that
050
there's a couple
vectors,
things we need to
and the
take care of here.
4925.
Taking off. The after takeoff checklist, the fuel pumps will come off, the landing lights will come off. Our gear is up and stowed, and our flaps are up.
Boston Turner, Canada 700, I've now leaving me flight level 350.
Canada 700, roger, thank you.
Check the fuel here. Yep, over half tank.
Canada 49, descendant pilot discretion, maintain pilot 230.
Good, everything is
Level 230, 94925.
where it needs to be.
Back at 220, climb and maintain pilot 300.
Now that we're at cruise, we can also back off and go
They're making
and can even take a look here. I don't need that. Has some
2183, you can resume normal
numbers here,
speed.
so
Looks like the other guy's having a frame rate issue.
we can go down to between
You do normal speed, Speedbird
2300
183.
RPMs. That's that. So we'll bring that down. That's the prop lever. Around 20 or so.
Southwest 1850, descend and maintain
And
1000, Albany altimeter
Manifold pressure
3012.
between 31 and
1,000, and
34.
we've got India at Albany already,
That's your,
1850.
that's your throttle lever that adjusts that. So, okay, we'll run as efficiently as we can. We've got a little bit of a headwind. Actually, not too bad. The wind right now is
Boston
actually
Center,
south.
FX 1000 for
Live with
14,000.
that. Got some rain
Sorry,
showers
31,
going
climb and
on
maintain pilot 20.
below us. So that's
I maintain flight level 220, PAX 31
that's going to add a little fun to the approach. Oh, all these poor
Yeah, 4925,
phenoms
clear
and
at Burlington Airport.
737s and stuff
Clear Burlington
having
Airport,
to work around us.
94925.
Sorry about that, guys. It's only a 133 mile leg. I mean, we don't go fast, but it only takes us a little over an hour. I can't imagine how fast it is in a Phenom. Here's what we've got. You know, pretty good buzz of traffic, not too crazy again. You know, 16 departures, 18 arrivals in Albany, 11 and 10. But yeah, here we've got this guy here. I think that's pretty sure that's a Phenom. He had to go past us.
Boston Center, November 21 Alpha, with
Who's
you,
behind
level
here?
9,000.
But now, yeah, this guy here.
21 Delta.
Here,
Keen altimeter
75. He's going to
3011.
have to deal with us at some point in time. 'Cause,
2011 for 21 Delta
here
Alpha.
we are. We're not even halfway there yet. It's okay. Part of the fun. Part of
Altimeter
why I like
183, cross
flying
straight
this
at level
plane.
240.
I think that ATC
Cross straight at flight
already
level
also
240, Speedbird 183.
clipping along right now at 128, making tons of progress here. All right, now this is interesting. I thought that was a little bit more last time. Oh, I know why, because as we're flying along this, yeah, that makes sense here. Here's what's happening. We were over here when we first tuned in this VOR, so we were like, you know, 30 some miles away. Now that we kind of have our back up into here, we're actually a little closer, so that DME is going to be continually going down. I don't know how.
Yeah, 4925, descend and maintain 1000 to Burlington, altimeter 3009.
No less than about
3009
17.
and the altitude
But
again,
then as we
125.
fly further to the west,
Yeah, 4925,
that
1000.
distance is going to get greater, so that
11,000
makes sense.
at 4925.
Alright, that makes sense. So this number will go down for a little while, and then it's going to start. Oh, maybe it's already. Yep, it's already starting to climbing at 18.5. Or is it? No, it's still going down a little
FedEx
bit,
3131, space in at Kennedy, maintain 250 knots.
but it'll start to climb again. We are going to flip over to
You want me to
N1 because that
maintain
is
250
Chester.
at this time for FedEx 3171?
5.1. That's what we have in
Hey,
there.
Vernon.
40, a little over 40 miles away from that. And that's
Roger,
that's kind of what we
250
have
knots,
to,
FedEx 3171.
have to monitor.
West End 185, descend and maintain 1000 to Albany, altimeter 3012.
1000, and we've got the altimeter, and we've got India also.
Southwest 1850, contact Albany approach 132.82. Have a good night.
For you as well, 1850.
Boston Center, good evening. Red Strike 557. View 10,000 direct Highland.
Red Strike 587, Boston Center, Roger, the Manchester altimeter 3007.
3007. Red Strike 557.
Boston Center, good evening, section 46637 with you 10,000.
Station 46637, Boston Center, good evening, flighting 110, climb and maintain 13,000.
And 110 to 13,000, citation 67.
Boston Center, Cheyenne, November 8134, Quebec, 9000.
Cheyenne 8, Boston Center, good evening, keynote altimeter 3011.
3011, Cheyenne 34, Quebec. Boston Center, United 5914,000.
United 59, Boston Center, climb and maintain, follow 200.
Flight level 200, but United 59.
FedEx 66, contact Cleveland Center 134.9er, have a good flight.
Over to Cleveland Center, FedEx 66 Heavy, thanks a lot for the ATC. Good night.
Boston Center, citation 67, we're all ready to go direct Stoli now.
Station 637, clear X Stoli.
Direct Stoli, citation 67, again.
Boston Center, FedEx 3171, would be a more appropriate altitude for normal speed.
Negative, it's space in a Kennedy, altitude doesn't matter.
Copy.
33 miles or so to go. One of the things about the regional circuit is they generally try to set up the
Air Canada 700,
airports,
cross safety at
close enough that you
8,000,
can
the
make
LaGuardia altimeter 3010.
the round trip. You go out and back. Don't know if we're going to be able to
There's
quite do
going to
that
be
or not. We're definitely going to stream this first leg.
3010.
If we have a chance, we might stream the second one separately. We'll just kind of see
Western 185, contact
what it
Albany
looks
approach
like.
132.82, have a good
how
night.
busy everybody is and all that good stuff.
3282, see you, plus 185.
American 2262, contact Cleveland Center 134.9er, have a good night. American 2262, contact Cleveland Center 134.9er.
134.9er for American 2266, thanks for the ATC, good night.
Boston Center, Air Canada 7, good audio read.
Air Canada 700, loud and clear.
Boston Center, Delta 4255.
9,500 for 10,000.
Delta 4255, Boston Center, climb and maintain 7,000.
17,000, Delta 4255.
X3171, what's your normal speed tonight?
I'm in a 767 freighter. I can go like 0.84, 0.85, back 3171.
I need an airspeed here below 290. What's, just give me what your normal number is. I don't mind what you can do. What would you normally do?
About 345 knots for FedEx 3171.
Okay, I'll see what I can do. Delta 4255, turn right 0, vectors for your climb.
8120, Delta 4255.
Boston Center, good evening. Delta 648, checking in, heading 060, climbing Westham 17,000.
Who's calling 17? Delta 42, hit clear deck J-Fun.
Correct J-Fun, Delta 4255.
Delta 648, Boston Center, climb and maintain, follow 210.
Level 212, Delta 648.
Boston Center, Skyline 4322 radio.
Go ahead.
We're about 10 miles east of Sanford Regional. I wonder if we could pick up on F4 to Portland International for some practice approaches if you can accommodate that.
Sure. Number 4322, Romeo Squawk 4730, what's your aircraft type?
4731, a Charlie 182 for 50 Romeo.
Are you GPS equipped?
Peter.
Boston Center, citation 637, we're looking for, we get, select 7,000 minutes off final cruise.
Edition 637, climbing to 15,000, that's the best I can do for now for traffic.
15,000, thank you, citation 637.
Air Canada 700, contact New York approach 120.8.
20.8, yeah.
Air 4322 Romeo radar contact 1 miles southwest of the Portland Main Airport. Cleared to the Portland Main Airport via radar vectors. Maintain 3000. The Portland 3011.
Portland via radar vectors, maintain 3000 for 4322 Romeo.
Air 4322 Romeo, what approach do you want to start with?
Stand by 1.
United 4925, turn right heading 080, descend and maintain 7000. Vectors to the approach.
0807,000, United 4925.
0183, cross Calverton 12,000, 250 knots. The Kennedy altimeter 01.
Cross Calverton 12,000 to 50 knots and 3012 Speedway 183. Future Romeo would like the ILS 11 to start with.
4322 Romeo Roger, how will that terminate?
The full missed approach for future Romeo.
322 Romeo Roger, turn left heading 350.
Left 50 for future Romeo. Boston Center, FX 3171.
FedEx 31 Center, good.
Like, why am I the only one that's being restricted on speed in the flight levels? I'm looking at that test and people are flying right by me.
That's why, because they were about 250 knots faster than you when you came up to Boston, so you fit in perfectly with the sequence. If you want, you can go faster, but you're going to just hit aircraft. I'm going to have to take you back east anyway. So it's your choice to go slow or to go east. Your choice.
I'll just finish the flight flying. I appreciate the help. I'll see you.
Boston Center, good evening, JetBlue 1021, 14000.
Guess he doesn't like real world traffic. Why you join us? Who's that?
JetBlue 1021, 14000.
Yeah, there's no sense of being in a hurry.
JetBlue 1021, Boston
An
Center,
event
climb
like this, or
60.
any VAT sim event. I mean, if you've got,
360 for JetBlue 1021, thank you.
you know, if you're gonna fly in an area like this, you're not gonna be able to make fantastic time all the time. You just kind of have
Boston
to.
Center, good evening, Air Canada 465, 135 for 17,000.
We're getting close.
Air Canada 465, Boston Center,
Speaking of being
climb
patient,
210.
we're getting close to our next VOR.
210-465.
We will be departing Chester unless we get other information here. At a heading of 319er, that's going to take us
25 request.
basically directly to Albany. But we'll be ready for that.
Number 21 Delta Alpha, descend and maintain 7,000.
Let's check our. We said we would be
77,000,
42
21 Delta
miles
Alpha.
away from.
Number 4663, maintain 13,000.
Yeah, from Gardner.
3,000,
About 10
4667.
miles away from that VOR.
United 4925, turn left heading 030.
About 11 miles away.
Yeah,
in the
39, 49,
direction that we're
25.
heading, so
Number 4322 Romeo, turn left heading 390.
I think we're on the right. I think we're on the right
Well,
track.
that's
even though we
29er,
can't see
4322
anything.
Romeo.
You can get a peek of the ground.
Yeah,
every now and
5098 Boston
then,
Center,
but,
climb maintain flow 340.
you know, I think we're on
340, United
the right
698.
track anyway. Look ahead, just
Boston
a
Center,
little
Delta
bit.
681.
Delta 4255, descend via the J-Fund to arrival, runway 4 right, Boston,
47
altimeter 3009er.
To,
2009 descend J-Fund
to Albany from Chester.
Number 81, descend maintain 7,000.
So we're going to pick up the 8-ish, just get a quick
to. Down to
sneak
7,000,
peek
Cheyenne,
here.
before Quebec.
And I see
Red Stripe 557, contact Albany approach 132.82.
information Juliet.
Albany approach 132.2, red stripe
Looks like
557.
visuals into runway 28 today, which is cool.
Delta
It's
648,
straight
forward
in,
sliding
basically.
090.
09 show Delta 648.
Well, that's our only
Number 2 Delta
option.
Alpha, contact Boston
Can't-
approach
Oh, there's a
133.0.
VOR approach if we needed it.
133.0, 21 Delta Alpha.
United 59 1000 Albany, altimeter 3012.
We won't worry too much about that.
11,000, 95.
Plenty of ATC to vector us where we need to go and also give us our
Boston, Northwest 693,
Top of the descent.
flight level 100.
Delta 1603 Boston Center, good evening. I think your sign out is 290. But descend now, maintain flow 230.
7 miles.
230, Northwest 693.
United 4925, still heading 360, turn the localizer.
Be in pretty good shape.
36 left the localizer for 925.
Number 4322 Romeo, heading 090, turn the localizer.
Right heading 090, going up on Mother 2 Romeo. Boston Central Delta 681 with you.
Number 134, contact Boston approach 1334, have a good night.
Boston approach 133.0, Cheyenne 3 back to me.
Delta 681, maintain flow 220.
720 Delta 681, thank you.
Speedbird 183, contact New York approach 128.12.
128.12, Speedbird 183.
United 49, 5 miles from Cannon, maintain 7,000 until established on the localizer, cleared
Alright,
ILS
so just a
23
visual
approach.
again of what we're doing here. We are kind of right in here, just about to Chester. We're going to hit Chester. We're going to make a right turn.
Charlie Golf Tango Lima 0 Boston Center, climb and maintain level 190.
After we get on that hill,
190.
tune in
Don't Tango Lima Center.
the Albany VOR 11530, and we're going to fly towards
United
Albany.
627, contact Albany approach 132.82.
3282, United 627. Alright, so we are ready, I think.
American contact Lima Center 134.9er.
Right? What is it?
American 227.
82.
American 2.
Alright, there we go. Albany approach, good evening, United 627. Information Juliet at 8,000.
United 627 Albany approach, thanks for Juliet, moving altimeter 3012, expect visual approach runway 28.
3012 will expect the visual runway 28, United 627.
Western 185, contact tower 1.5.
Over the tower, see you. Western 185.
Alright, almost there. Get directly over it, you'll see this one. Okay, yep, there we go. So we're going to click on to heading mode. Neither coming nor going when you're right over the top of it. And just out of curiosity, how close were we? 42, that's what we said, right? That's pretty cool. And the needle lined up well for us also. So I would have felt pretty confident that we were just at least in the right neighborhoods. Alright, meanwhile 1530. Let's tune in Albany. Okay, and again we want to be 319er. We should be pretty close to that, I would guess. Yep, right about there. We'll just nav lock that guy back in. We'll let the autopilot manage the wind drift and all that fun stuff. And let's have another peek outside.
Departure getting into November 50 Foxtrot X, climbing through 2,700. 508 Foxtrot X-ray, Albany departure, radar contact, climb and maintain 5,000. Climb and maintain 5,000, November 50 Foxtrot X-ray. For 50, Christian 8 Foxtrot X-ray, climb and maintain 10,000 when able, proceed direct Stoli. I'll get 10,000 direct Stoli for 0 Foxtrot X-ray.
Planning ahead of time here, we're coming in runway 28, and we'll probably be able to exit somewhere around Juliet. Terminal is right here.
Southwest 1850, contact tower 119.5.
Go ahead and probably get cleared.
19.5, 1850, thanks for your help.
Runway 19er, and park at the terminal somewhere. We don't really have a gate.
First right, 557, fly heading 270 vectors, Alice runway 1.
United flies into Albany or not, but we are today.
270, red stripe, 557.
And I told you that Embraer 175 was going to have to deal with us at some point in time. Well, here you go. Hopefully he's...
Albany approach,
looks like he's just blowing right by us right now. I think he's probably well over the top of us. Yeah, he's
United
20,000.
approach, the Albany altimeter 3012, expect visual approach runway 28 and advise when you have Juliet.
Yeah, looking at most of the traffic out there, although we have picked up a little between Boston and New York as well. There's some guys coming in, from Atlanta.
Number 8 Foxtrot, extra contact Boston, 134.7.
So, yeah, decent coverage.
Contact in our 134.7, have a good night.
Stuff happening here, maybe, kind of a virtual airline.
United Station Rate 7, descend and maintain 4,000.
4,000, United 627. Alright, time for us to stop gawking around and begin our descent. Down to 4,000. So this autopilot is nice because these buttons are not
United, I just want to maintain 10,000.
They are found in a couple different spots. A lot of them are found right in this area. The actual autopilot switch itself is down here. On, off. But yeah,
First strike 527, just trying to maintain 4,000.
if I'm not mistaken,
Let's try 557, descending 4,000.
heading and altitude and stuff like that, it's kind of over here and it's not,
United, I just want to maintain 10,000.
not simulated, so it's nice to have this. Of course, you don't have to use it if you don't want to. It's a nice airplane to just hand fly. And we'll probably hand fly most of the way in once we get down below the cloud layer. Albany does still report though. We're actually going to speed up our descent just a little bit here. Speed's not too bad. I think we can live with that. Let's, real quickly though, descent checklist. We'll turn the landing lights back on. We will turn the boost pumps back on. Take our mixture back to high auto rich, I should say. And everything else I think looks pretty good. Just one last check of the fuel. Oh yeah, we're in great shape there. We can probably fly all the way back to Boston on that.
First strike 557, expect vectors through the localizer. It looks like you're going to be a little high, so expect your back around to loosen altitude.
I think we've just lost it.
Roger, red stripe 557, copy.
It's still going, but I've lost my sound. Interesting. Yeah, it's just a little bit of a glitch. I lost the sound in my right speaker. I don't know if you can hear that or not, but I thought maybe we had a motor cut out on us, but everything looks okay. Alright, well, anyhow. Yeah, I lost my train of thought.
On the approach Northwest 1603, descending 18.5 for 1,000.
1603 Albany approach, Albany altimeter 3012, expect visual approach runway 28, and advise me of information, Juliet.
There's Albany.
Roger, Juliet, land, we will expect visual approach for runway 28, Northwest
Temperature
1603.
70, surface wind 20.
United 59, Albany approach, how do you hear?
Wonder why they're using that runway.
505, United 5.
Hey, United 59, just maintain 5,000.
United 5,000, United 5,000.
Oh, I had this.
United 59, fly heading 360, vector visual approach runway 28.
Let's take another look at that. It'll take a second to update this. We'll come back to it.
United 59, fly heading 360, vectors visual approach runway 28.
Almost down to 4,000.
060, I think. Good approach.
360.
Alright, updated weather. We're through.
360,
Temperature's 86.
AC 4053, Albany approach.
2807. Yeah, so we are 10 statute miles. We should, yeah, we're through it right now. We could probably hand fly it from here if we wanted to. Alright, that was strange. Sometimes it gets switched over to
AC 4053, Albany approach.
weather, and I'm not sure why. Something I did, I'm sure, but anyway. This will be much more enjoyable to watch. Although I was kind of looking forward to the rain.
DC-43. Strike 557, turn right heading 050.
Right, 050, that's strike 557.
That right engine sounds strange. I don't know what is going on.
Strike 577, maintain 2,700.
Oh,
Descending
man.
2,700, red strike 557.
That's what happened. Yeah, okay, that's...
United 59, the airport's
Holy
at
cow.
your 9 to 10 o'clock, 15 miles. I'm guessing you're not going to be able to make a visual approach at your altitude.
Wow, wow, wow. I thought that sounded funny, but man, I must have bumped that guy somehow accidentally. I don't know.
United 59, do you have the field in sight?
Yeah, we're rolling. We were spinning in the wind still, I guess. But, boy, that would have made things a little bit tricky. Okay, don't do that. Okay, one last check before landing. Prop controls, we do need to move those guys. Full forward. Don't want a red line though, so we're not going to quite go there just yet. Wait till we're on the visual, on the final. Cowl flaps, trail, yeah, they're roughly there. We'll set the flaps when it's time, put the gear down when it's time. The tail wheel is still locked. We want to keep it locked until we are fairly well slowed down.
Strike 557, 5 miles from NC, fly heading 040, maintain 2,700 till established on localizer, cleared ILS runway 1 approach.
22 miles from the airfield.
Roger, 0 BMC, 4 miles, cleared ILS, runway 1, red strike 557.
Yeah, 59, turn right turn heading 280.
Uh-oh. That Embraer was too high. He's having to be vectored around. We may again be a factor.
Hey, it's 59, I disregard the right turn to left turn heading 280 now.
So, for some reason, when I click...
Heading 280.
yeah, there must be a click spot up there. I don't know
Yeah,
about
Saturday
it.
Airport
That's really
will be at
wild.
your 12 o'clock on the rollout, 10 miles
Don't
report
click
site.
up there. That's interesting. Man, oh man. I never knew that existed. But that's what did it.
Traffic observed, strike 527, no traffic between you and the Floyd Memorial Airport. Report IFR cancellation in the air or on the ground on this frequency. Frequency change to advisement frequency is approved.
Roger, frequency change is approved. Moving forward, IFR cancellation on the ground. Red stripe 557.
A little more populated here, so we gotta be getting close.
Departure Berlin, departure path, Papa, passing through 1,800, heading 310.
And just 435 Hotel Papa, Albany departure, radar contact, climb and maintain 7,000.
7,000 past the Papa.
United 627 traffic at your 12 o'clock, 15 miles over 175 westbound. Virginia Gates 5,000, reporting site.
Looking for the traffic, United 627. Westbound.
United 59, turn 15 degrees to the left. The airport will be at your 12 o'clock, reporting site. Descend and maintain 3,000.
Yeah, the 3,000, 15 degrees left.
I don't see him.
Northwest 1603, descend and maintain 10,000.
Every time I click my mouse,
United 59, clear visual approach from way 28.
left click, it changes my
Visual approach on
mixture on my
way
engine number 2. I'm going to have to go in and see what's going on there. That's crazy. That's just a setting that I can change though.
United 627, do you have the traffic in sight?
Negative contact 627.
435 Hotel Papa 1, we'll proceed to Gardner.
When able to Gardner, I will make the turn now back to Papa.
Runway 1603, decided to maintain 7,000, fly heading 130 vectors, visual approach runway 28.
Left me, I can't see. Of course, if he's a white CRJ,
Down to 7,000.
he's going to blend in pretty well. Isn't he? I've got to get that traffic livery installed. Is that it? No. Yeah, no idea. Meanwhile, we're 11 miles from the airfield.
There's 627, the traffic at 12 o'clock miles, 3,000 per se.
Yeah, still looking negative contact right now for 627. He's down below me.
Yeah, 59 contact, tower 119.5.
Tower. 35 minutes.
Yeah, it might just be out of my rendering.
And 627, fly heading 360 vectors, visual approach.
360 vectors, visual approach at 627. Alright. Oh, dang it. Okay, we're gonna get...
Yeah, 627, the airport is at your, your 11 o'clock on the rollout, 10 miles per hour. Okay.
We have the airfield in sight, United 627.
Yeah, 627, clear visual approach runway 28.
Cleared for the visual approach, runway 28, United 627. Alright, let's turn this off so we don't have to worry about clicking on things again. We can just fly. Decrease the speed here a little bit. We do want to stay
Delta 3159, Albany approach with
heading 360. Take about a 5,500 foot per minute descent. I think that'd be pretty good. Let's get ourselves down to flap speed though. It's our airfield. We are a little high right now, which is not a big deal.
yeah, it's 27 contact.
Over to tower for United 627. We'll see it. That's 1950. Alright. There's our runway. Albany Tower, good evening. United 627 on the visual, runway 28.
United 627, Albany Tower, good evening, wind 290 at 5, runway 28, clear line.
Clear to land, runway 28, United 627. Alright, I gotta get the speed figured out first. Let's get the flaps range. And we'll start our descent. Alright, pretty close right there. Boy, we're super high. And climbing, I'm not sure why. Oh, we bubbled with our flaps a little bit here. Alright, we get the speed under control, flaps to 1/2. There's a gear horn. We can go ahead and put our gear down. That's also going to add a little bit of drag, which will help our descent. And yeah, we're not gonna nose down this baby here. We should be able to get ourselves back in business here. Go flaps 3/4 though, and just try to crawl this girl in somewhere around that 120 range. See how close we can get. Got a nice long runway here. We don't need a lot of room, so we're okay if we're a bit long. Plus it saves our taxi a little bit. as well. So I'm a little steep. Don't need to be quite that steep.
Hopping tower, bearing
It looks
614
good.
Kilo Papa, ready for departure.
Honestly, if we rolled out clear past that perpendicular runway, it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. So,
You're bearing 614 Kilo Papa, continue to 8 traffic on short final.
alright. There's a guy waiting for me. I never did see
614 Kilo Papa,
inbound
taken.
traffic. Okay,
614
flaps
Kilo
full.
Papa, continue holding short runway 28 traffic on short final. Okay, for traffic, runway 28, 614 Kilo Papa.
We keep our descent at about 1,000. That's a little steeper than I like, but I think it's going to get us down there pretty close to where we need to be. There's the traffic holding for us. I see a 28. Wind's pretty much right down the runway at 7 knots right now. That's kind of nice.
Bearing 4 Kilo Papa, runway 28, line up and
Start
wait.
the flare here, hold her a little bit. Let's see. Oh,
Line up and wait,
damn.
4 Kilo Papa.
Keep her on the center line if possible. And we're down. Hold that tail up as long as we can. We're going to roll through this runway here. That'll help us out, actually. Long landing wasn't the worst thing in the
United
world.
627, welcome to Albany, exit left when able, and count ground 0.7, good night.
Alright, exit left when able and over to ground, United 627. Okay, let's quick undo our tail wheel here. We can go, looks like Kilo is going to be a good spot to exit. We'll get clear of the runway, and then we'll make our call to ground. Alright, not half bad.
Turn 4 Kilo Papa,
First
wind
flight in a
290.5,
long
runway
time.
28, clear for takeoff, fly heading 310.
We had done one, a little short one right before this flight, but yeah, that
Fly heading
felt
310,
pretty
clear for takeoff, runway 28,
2170.
bearing 614 Kilo Papa.
Get her to the gate, shut her down. Actually, I may not shut it down. I might keep it rolling, but I'll shut the stream down. Albany ground, good afternoon, good evening, excuse me, United 627. We're clear of the runway, just taxi to any gate. Clear on Kilo.
United 627, to the gate via your discretion. Have a good night.
Kilo to the gate, our discretion, United 627. Okay, while I taxi in, we will call it good. Thanks for tagging along. It was fun. We had a little bit of a learning moment with a mouse click issue, but we also discovered in the meantime just how well the DC-3 flies on one engine. Actually, we found that out multiple times because we killed it like 3 times. Engine number 2. So we'll get that fixed for the return flight. I do think we'll probably pop in and just stream that one as well. See which one we like the best and shoot the better of the 2 off to YouTube. But yeah, wherever you are, I hope things are fantastic in your world. Like I say, thanks for joining us. Have a great rest of your Thursday. Take care. God bless.